Hello, it's Leslie Fightmaster with Fightmaster Yoga, and welcome to today's class, which is about a 25-minute Vinyasa flow, and we'll have some pranayama practice in it as well. So as you're starting to settle in, just take a comfortable seated position and sit up nice and tall. Lift your chest, spread across your collarbones as you root down through your sitting bones, and just start to connect in with your breathing. Taking some long, smooth breaths in and out through your nose. As you just set aside all of the things that might be going on today, and just set them aside for now so that you can focus some attention here. And while you are here, let me just remind you to subscribe to our channel because we would love to have you as part of our Fightmaster Yoga community. So as you're continuing to settle into your breath, bring your hands together in front of your heart, taking a moment to set an intention for your yoga practice today. All intentions are welcome, anything you like. And then we'll keep our intention in mind as you roll yourself forward onto your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin, lift your tailbone up. And as you exhale, press away from the floor, rounding the upper back, draw the belly and the ribs in and up. And again, inhale, bring the chest through. And exhale, round the back, press into the tops of the feet, lift the belly, lift the ribs. Inhale, bring your heart through the gates of the arms, draw the shoulder blades toward the waist. And exhale, around the back, chin toward chest. And let's do once again. Inhale to come forward. And exhale to round the back. Now come back to neutral and walk your hands forward about a handprint so your wrists are in front of the shoulders. And then tuck your toes, making your way into downward facing dog. Then just a short dog as you walk your feet up to your hands. Keeping the knees bent, fold forward, let your crown of the head reach toward the floor. Then press with the feet, inhale, sweep the arms out, around and up, looking up. And then exhale, bring the arms down. We'll find our Tadasana at the top of our mat. Big toes together, heels slightly apart or feet hips width. Press evenly through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand, reach over to the right side, stretch the left side body. Try and keep your hips and shoulders in line. Inhale, center, reaching tall, and exhale, grab that right wrist with the left hand and lean over to the left side. Inhale, come on back to center, and then exhale, fold over the legs, bending the knees if you need to. Is up to you. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine, chest forward. And as you exhale, bring hands to hips and inhale, come all the way back up to stand. Back to the front of the mat. Now, bending the knees, take the feet hip socket distance apart. We're going to do Agnisara breathing. So take a big breath in through the nose and then exhale it all out until you're completely empty of breath. And when you're empty, keep the breath out and pull the belly in and up as much as you possibly can, and just hold here. Just going to hold. I know it might feel awkward if you're not used to this one, but just hold it a little bit longer and then let the belly drop. Inhale. Big breath in, and then exhale. Let's fold over the legs. Inhale. Coming halfway up, keep the knees bent. Exhale it all out again. Exhale, exhale, exhale till you're empty. Without breathing in, pull the belly in and up strongly. Really pull it up like you're hollowing out the belly. The back rounds a little bit, and you're just going to hold it here. Just hold, continuing to pull the belly in and up. This really strengthens the abdominal muscles, and it's great for digestion. Now let the belly drop. Inhale. Exhale, and then just fold over the legs, straightening the knees a little if you can. And then halfway up, inhale. And then one more time, let's bend the knees. Exhale everything out. Exhale, 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 exhale. When you're empty, pull it in, pull it up, and hold. This time, lift all the muscles in the pelvic floor as well. holding all of that. These are your bandhas, your locks. So they lock the energy in. So we're just holding here, not breathing. It's holding with all the breath out. And again, at first it's going to feel awkward, maybe even a little scary, but over time, drop the belly, inhale, and exhale, come to standing. Over time, it actually will feel comfortable. Now, inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, step back into plank pose. Top of a push-up and lower slowly to the floor. Knees can be down. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, cobra. Press all the toenails into the floor. Inner thighs lifting up, tailbone lengthening. Pull in the belly. And then tuck the toes, knees up or down, press up to plank, and then lift into downward facing dog. Make sure to spread your fingers nice and wide. And then for this one, go ahead and bicycle the legs, bending one knee and the other. Arms are shoulders distance, feet are hips width. As you spread your fingers wide, press a little extra into the thumb and first finger side of the hand. But do press down into the base of all the fingers. You move the hips a little from side to side if that feels nice. Now take your feet as wide as your mat. And then take your hands as wide as your mat and hold on to the sides of the mat as you stretch back a little bit more. This will give you some more space in your hamstrings and in your shoulders so you can stretch back. Get a bigger stretch. And then take the hands again to hips width. The hands to shoulders distance, the feet to hips width. Lift the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it up by the right hand. Take the left knee down. If you need padding under that left knee, fold up your mat or use a blanket. If you have blocks, bring them handy underneath the hands, or hands to the floor is fine as well. You can have the blocks at any height. Make sure your right knee's over your ankle, and then pull your right hip back as you sink into this lunge, tucking the back toes under. So you can get a good stretch in the left leg and hip flexor as the right hip opens up as well. Breathe here, long inhales and exhales, releasing any tension. Next, exhale, straighten the front leg and fold over the straight front leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Then inhale, bend the knee back into your lunge. And then exhale, straighten the leg, pull the toes back, fold over the straight leg. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, straighten the leg. Keep pulling the right hip back to keep the hips level. Inhale, bend the knee. Knee over ankle. Now lift your right arm up and twist. As you're lifting up, try and pull the right hip back. Lift the left hip away from the floor. Take another breath. Exhale. Bring the hand down. And make your way into plank pose. Exhale, lower chaturanga, knees up or down, shoulders no lower than elbows. Then inhale, press through the hands and feet, shoulders right above wrists. Exhale, lift the hips, stretch all the way back, downward facing dog. Arms and ears are in line. Inhale, lift your left leg back and up. Exhale, bring it forward, take the right knee to the floor, pad up that right knee if it needs any padding. Use your blocks if it's hard to reach the floor. You can have your blocks at any height. Pull your left hip back as you're sinking forward, and the back toes are tucked under. A little more stability that way. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep the back toes tucked under. I just think that it feels a little more stable, and I get a little better stretch when I do it that way. But some people might not like it. Continue breathing here. Pull the ribs and belly in. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Next, exhale. Straighten the left leg. Fold over the leg for Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Inhale. Bend the knee. Bring it back over the ankle. And exhale. Straighten the leg and fold forward. Left hips pulling back. Inhale. Start to bend the knee again. Sink the hips forward. Lift the chest. Big exhale, straighten the leg and fold over that leg. And again, inhale to bend the knee, sinking forward. Now we'll keep the right arm down, lift the left arm up and twist. Continue to pull that left hip back a little and lift the right hip up away from the floor. Nice little twist. Keep the belly drawn in slightly. Then exhale, bring the left hand back down to the floor. Move the blocks out of the way if they're there. And come to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, always your choice. And then exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. So remember, it's your practice. If you want to keep your knees down in chaturanga, if you want to skip chaturangas, go right to down dog, totally fine. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee in toward the belly and shoulders over wrists, and then step it up by the right hand. Inhale to warrior two. Spin the back heel flat. Make sure your front heel is lined up with your back arch. And lift your chest. Let your shoulder blades relax as you sink down into that front leg. Now, face your palms up. Let your shoulders relax maybe just a little bit more. Maybe sink in deeper if you can. Back thighs pressing straight back. Now drop the left arm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bend the front knee, and then straighten it, but keep reversing. Inhale, come up, set up for triangle. If you like a shorter stance, walk it in. Shift forward, take the right hand down wherever it reaches to the shin, to the block, to the floor. Stretch up through the left arm. Try and draw that that right hip underneath you. Now reach your left arm forward on the inhale. And exhale, lift it straight up and then bring it behind or to the hip. So big inhale, reach that left arm up and over in line with the ear. And then big exhale, take that left hand back towards your top hip and look up. Inhale, reach it forward. Keep pressing into the base of the big toe, the right foot. Then exhale, swing the left arm around, big circle. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, bring it to the floor. Come to plank pose and make your way into down dog. If you would love to take a vinyasa, then take one. That's your choice too. Breathing here, reconnect with the intention that you set. Inhale, lifting the left leg from the inner thigh. Exhale, bring the knee toward the belly and the shoulders over wrists and just hold a moment and then lightly step it up. Spin the back heel flat. Inhaling for warrior two. Reach out through the arms. Lift the chest. Make sure the left knee points over the middle toe, so it's moving toward the little toe side of the foot a bit. Press the back thigh back and lift up through the back inner thigh. Now, face your palms up. Lift your chest a little more. Let your shoulder blades relax a little bit more if they can. Just finding some softness with the strength and stability. So the arms and the legs are strong, belly strong. Relax the shoulders. Drop the right arm reverse. Bend into the left knee and then straighten it out. Stretch the whole side body. Then inhale, come up, set up for triangle. Still heel to arch with the feet. Shift from the front hip crease. Reach as far forward as you can. Bring your left hand down. Wherever it goes, you can take it to the shin, the block, the floor. Stretch your right arm up. Line up the shoulders. Now inhale, reach the right arm in line with the ear. Stretch it to the front of the mat. Big inhale, big exhale. Take it all the way back towards your hip and then roll that top shoulder open a bit. And same thing. Inhale, sweep the arm forward. Stretch out the side body. Exhale. Take it all the way toward your top hip. Let that shoulder, let that chest open a bit. Inhale, like you're moving through water. Make a little resistance as you reach the arm forward. And exhale, take it back. Sweep it around, big circle, and then take the hand all the way down to the floor and make your way into down dog any way you like. This time I'm taking chaturanga, inhaling to upward facing dog, exhaling to downward facing dog. So your choice how you want to make your way into your down dog. Then look forward. I'm going to come through and sit, stepping or hopping the feet. And we'll set up for bridge. Excuse me. Have your block handy in case you want to take supported bridge. Walk your heels under your knees. Feet are hips width. Press down into the heels, lifting up into bridge. Make sure the toes point in just a little. And then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, press into the heels and begin to lift up. Spiral the thighs in toward each other. Palms are just pressing down into the mat for now. And then exhale. Begin to lower one vertebra at a time. Now we'll add the arms. As you inhale and lift, reach the arms all the way up and over, palms facing each other, spiral the thighs and lengthen, tailbone toward backs of knees. Exhale, slowly lower down, bring the arms down by your sides as you lower. And we'll do that again. Inhale, press down into the heels, keep the belly lifted. Stretch your arms up and overhead, lengthening the whole front of the body. And just holding here for a moment. And exhale, lower down. And just take a breath, then inhale again, lift up and over. And holding here. Just try to exhale the breath out and just hold. Keep the belly drawing in slightly. So just holding the breath out like we did with our Agnisara breath, if you can. And take an inhale. And then exhale, lower back down. Make sure the heels are still under the knees. Inhale to come up. This time we'll roll the shoulders under, interlacing the fingers if you can. Otherwise, you can keep your hands on the mat. Now, if you do have a block handy, you can put it right under the sacrum, the base of the spine. It's a wonderful way to take a nice relaxing bridge pose. And you can have it up at any height. You have the lowest, the middle, the top. And then if you want to stay with that supported bridge, stay. Otherwise, come on down. Get a little rest in between. And then we'll come up again. Inhale. Putting the block underneath if you have it. Now, the block on the lowest or the middle height, not the highest this time, and lift the legs up. If you don't have a block, it's fine. Just keep your back on the ground and lift your legs up. Or if you love shoulder stand, it never gives you any trouble, you could always come into that at this point. Keep your chin away from your chest. Keep lifting up through the legs. So you do use a little bit of belly strength to keep the legs up. And just breathing here. It's a nice gentle inversion. It's one of my favorites. It's a variation of Vipariti Karani, the legs up the wall pose, but no wall today. And then start to bend the knees, feet down, remove the block if it's there, and this time let's hug our knees into the chest. Gently rocking from side to side. Let's give your low back a little massage. Now start to rock back and forth. Take 2 or 3 rocks and come all the way up to seated. Now sit up in Dandasana staff pose. So make sure that the legs are firm. Pull the toes back, then reach the arms up as you inhale. Exhale forward, hinging from the hips. So notice I don't want to round my back as I come forward. So if you can't reach your feet, use a strap or hold on to your legs. But it's better to keep the spine long and think about lengthening your belly toward your thighs instead of thinking that you need to get your head down to your knees. Don't worry about that. So keep the length coming through the spine, hinging from the hips, leading a little with the chest, and breathe here. Inhale, head up, and exhale to release. And we'll make our way onto our backs. Come on down, bring your right ankle just past your left knee, flexing that ankle, and hold on to the left leg. Either hold the shin or behind the thigh. So as you're drawing your knees in toward your chest, draw your right hip away from your chest. Make sure that right ankle stays flexed. It's a little hip stretch. Breathing here. Now we're going to take the legs over to the left side for a twist. You can keep them in the same position. If that's uncomfortable, then you can just rest your right knee on top of your left. Look over the right shoulder and turn the belly up toward the ceiling. Keep the breath nice and steady. And then come back to center and shifting your hips a little to the left. And take the left ankle above the right knee, flexing that ankle. So again, as you draw the legs in toward your chest, draw your left hip toward the front of the mat or away from your chest. Keep the breath nice and steady, breathing into that left hip. And keep the legs in the same position, drop them off to the right, turning the belly up toward the ceiling. And again, if that's not comfortable, just rest your left knee on top of the right knee. It's a nice spinal twist. And then back to center. We're going to make our way to Shavasana. So we're going to lengthen your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. And then let your feet flop open a little wider than hips width. Let your arms come out to the sides, palms facing up. Keep the chin lengthening. You can always put a little pillow under your head or put something under your knees, especially if your lower back isn't comfortable. Once you get into a nice position, just relax. Quiet mind and quiet body. Shavasana. And while you're resting, I have a lovely quote today from Audrey Hepburn. I believe in pink. I believe that laughing is the best calorie burner. I believe in kissing a lot. I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. And I believe that tomorrow is another day, and I believe in miracles. I definitely believe in miracles as well. I hope you do too. So start to take some longer breaths here. And just start to make movements to reawaken your body. Reach out through your fingers and your toes. Start to move your hands and your feet. Begin to stretch your arms way over your head. Take a nice long stretch. Bend the knees, roll yourself off to the right. And then make your way up to seated. And sit up nice and tall, crossing at the shins. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Hands to our forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to our heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communication, sending out wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. So glad you joined today. I hope you feel good. Thank yourself for taking your practice. And subscribe. Don't forget to share on Facebook. That really is helpful. Share with your friends our class if you like it. Push the like button. Let's see how many likes we can get. I forget how many we had last time, but let's get a bunch of likes if possible. And if you can afford to help support Fightmaster Yoga, there's a link below for a donation, or go to fightmasteryoga.com. You can check out our daily classes there. There's also a way to donate. Your donations, I can't even tell you how grateful I am for them. Thank you.